Hi Simmers, and welcome to another solid color speed build. This time I can actually call it a solid color challenge because I only used blue. Different shades of blue. If you watch my videos, you know that I tried this one before with purple, and I kind of cheated because everything either looked very wrong, or the color that they said was purple wasn't really purple, or some items just didn't come in any kind of purple. So I just used whatever for those items. It was mostly purple. It was so purple, in fact, that it hurt my eyes. But you know. Anyway, this house I actually built in the same day because I was really in a building mood. I just woke up and I really wanted to build, so I did. And this came out pretty good, you know. It's very different. You can see the other house in the difference if you actually pay attention. It's more like a family suburban home, nothing too crazy, nothing too out there, except for the fact that it's fucking purple. But this house is very modern. This house looks new. So it was very hard for me because both of the style of building and the colors to not have it look like a hospital. I think I managed, at least on the inside. I think the inside is really good. The landscaping, not so much. The outside is acceptable, but the inside is really good. I like the inside. I'm pretty proud of myself with this one. The reason they're a bit odd, both this house and the last purple house that I did, is because the reason I wanted to have these solid color challenges is because I wanted to practice building from my own imagination. Because usually when I build, I at least have a reference. And because of that, I get very kind of competitive with myself, and I try so very hard to have the Sims house look exactly like the house in real life that I saw, or Pinterest, Instagram, stuff like that. So it's pretty annoying, and it ends up taking me a lot of time to build. And a lot of times I do have the mood to build, but I don't want to spend hours and hours doing it, or I just have an idea for a build for a video, and again, I don't want to spend a bunch of hours doing it because it gets, again, time consuming. So I wanted to just practice coming up with houses that look at least decent from the top of my head. I did. They look decent. The reason that I wanted them to be solid color while doing it is because it's kind of restricting my options. So I just look at the options of stairs, of windows, and I get the vibe that the Sims will allow me to have for this specific color. I think it's good practice because it limits my options enough to come up with an idea on the spot. But it still took me 2 hours to build, I guess, both of them. 2 hours each. Don't get it confused. I'm not a very fast builder, which is, again, it's frustrating at times, but I do what I can. This house is pretty cute. I imagined that here lives a kid, like a teenager, not a kid, and his 2 grandparents. I don't really know because the house is so modern, and usually grandparents and generally old people don't live in such modern houses because they either lived in the same house for a very long time and they never modernized it, or they're just not into this modern type of style because I guess they get nostalgic, or they just don't like it. I don't know. Why am I trying to judge old people? but I tried very hard. I think the combination of colors looks pretty good. At first I wanted to have the walls be the light blue, but then it looked too much like a hospital, so I changed it. I think it's okay-ish. I think it's the best that I personally can do. I know I saw a bunch of people do better than me. I also think that this house was easier. First of all, because I already had the practice from the last one. But also because the color was easier. If The Sims 4 doesn't like purple, The Sims 4 loves blue. There are a lot of items that come in blue. Most of the items come in blue. Or the shades of blue are very different and distinct, but you can still tell that they're blue. I very rarely encountered items that they filtered as being blue and I didn't think they were blue. Because that happened to me a lot in the purple house. They were either pink or red or blue. But this time I searched blue and there were like 2 items that looked green to me and I didn't use them. But mostly it was just blue. And you can see how many shades of blue there are. You cannot possibly mistake this for anything. And it works well because you can mix and match. You can really mix and match with this. You can have very light walls and very dark floors, or the other way around, or just have contrast. I think contrast is really important when I am furnishing speed builds. Jesus, why do I keep saying that? When I keep furnishing builds, I think it makes it look more dimensional and pleasing to the eye. And it's one of the problems that I had with the purple house. Everything was too much. There were very little options for softer purples that didn't look like pink. But you do what you can. I really like the kitchen that I did here. It's a galley kitchen. I'm not sure it's called like that. I don't know exactly what it's called. I'm so sorry for my cat. I should stop recording. Anyway, I'm not. The only thing that happened is I completely forgot to have a dining area. It was clear to me from the start that I wouldn't have a dining room. Both because I usually don't build dining rooms, because where I'm from, that's pretty rare. We usually don't have specific dining rooms. Or maybe rich people do, I wouldn't know.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But I haven't seen a lot. And also because I randomized the number of rooms that I was allowed to have. And the dining room just wouldn't do it, because it wouldn't. But I forgot to put a table at all. Which sucks. I probably shouldn't have, because now the Sims that live here cannot eat. But also probably the Sims that live here cannot function properly. I think there are a bunch of stuff in this house because it's pretty small. I built it on one of the 20 by 30 lots. So the lot is small, the house is small. I'm not sure it's completely functional because it's so crowded. And I also wanted to stuff a bunch of things in there. The couches that I'm placing here are pretty cool. I think they match the vibe of the house. But the issue that I had with them is that when I changed the lighting, they didn't look blue anymore. Or it's maybe because I switched the rooms by the time I changed the lighting and the blue was stronger there. So when I went here to the softer blue, it just didn't look blue anymore. Which is kind of counterintuitive because I was just talking about how the blue looks blue. But I guess that's one exception. It does look blue now. I still look at it and I think it's blue. I think it's just my eyes kind of adjusted to another hue. It was pretty annoying. It's not called a hue, right? A shade. It's a shade of blue. But it's a pretty cool house. I'm not sure. Lot of skill build items. I don't really remember because I mentioned this in my previous videos. I built this a long time ago and I wasn't in the mood to edit, so now I'm editing a bunch of stuff, but I kind of forgot what the house were like. I know I tried to put skill build items in all my videos, in all my houses, because it just makes the most sense. But I'm not sure I did now. I just can't remember. But I had a lot of clutter because I'm going back to the purple house, but one of the problems that I have in that house is there's not a lot of options for purple clutter. This wasn't the problem here. There were a lot of options for blue clutter. Again, I feel like most items come in a blue swatch or have blue in them, or so it seems to me. Yeah, this is the point where I just looked at the lightning and it didn't look blue. But I realize now that it's probably the lightning and not the objects in themselves. And I also don't know why the fuck I didn't think of just going into live mode and changing the stuff, the light colors, because you can do that now. I guess I forgot. My bad. Anyway, I put a lot of plants here. I don't remember what my idea was, but it's probably tied with the grandparents that live there. I usually really like the idea of grandparents that are really into flowers and plants and gardening, probably because mine were, but it's pretty cool. Also, here in the hallway, I forgot to paint one of the walls, and I didn't realize until I went back and filmed the reveal shots at the end. I didn't go back to change that because I couldn't be bothered anymore, but I don't know, that's the wall. Yeah. Anyway, I am so glad Am I? The wallpaper kind of hurts my eyes now. I think it could work with maybe another flooring, but right now it looks a lot. This is kind of a bit of an odd room for bedroom. I think it would have been better if I could just cut a bit of it and make it a small bathroom, like at least half a bedroom. But I didn't, because as I said, I randomized the number of rooms, so that would have been cheating, and I did pretty well at not cheating in this specific build. The rugs were a pain in the ass in this room, so I just ended up using carpet, and now the walls look better. They don't hurt my eyes anymore, but I really wanted rugs. I usually place rugs, but they just looked pretty odd because the shape of the room is pretty odd. And here is the little teenager room. It's pretty, it's a very crowded room. Again, I am not sure it's completely functional. It should be. To me, it looks like it is. But sometimes the Sims surprise me with the stuff they can't do because there's something in their way or some shit like that. Oh, apparently I did place one skill build item. Also, no, there's a guitar downstairs, right? I think I put the guitar downstairs. I'm not sure if I deleted it or not. I personally now think that it's out of place, but I'm not sure what my past self thought about it. Again, a lot of clutter. I think the room, as far as teenagers go, it's pretty nice because, as we all know, The Sims 4 doesn't really have a lot of objects for other life stages than adult and young adult. Young adult mostly. I don't know what the hell am I doing with those rugs. Again, please stop with the rugs. I really let it there? That's painful. For some reason, when I was going through the catalog of the items, I saw the bathtub for the anniversary, which was funny, and I wanted to use it. It doesn't fit the house because the lot is so small. I tried. I think it looks awful now. It's, a modern house. I'm not good at modern houses. But Anyway, we are reaching the end. I think this is mostly it. I go back and change a bit of stuff, but this is the end result. You will see if you stay for the reveal shots at the end. But I guess this is it for today. I will see you next time. With, I think, a much more fun video. See ya!